throughout history, we've seen gradually reductions in working time across most advanced Western democracies, right up to around the early to mid part of the 1980s. And since then, average work time has stagnated somewhat, despite the fact that we've seen these incredible advances in technology and productivity gains through things like the internet, email, and globalization. So certainly, I think a very important part of this whole conversation is that as we enter this new future of work and everything it's going to bring with it in terms of automation, digitalization, AI, and so on, sharing the benefits of those technological gains and productivity enhancements with workers through work time reduction is certainly something we feel needs to be on the agenda. We actually launched the UK version of this pilot program on Monday. So we've just commenced recruitment. A couple of companies have signed up so far, but we would anticipate that, based on the demand, that by this time next month, we're likely to have significantly exceeded our target of 20 to 30 companies. So maybe just by way of a little bit of background, we're a not-for-profit organization that support companies worldwide to make the transition to what we call reduced hour productivity focused working. It's based on this idea of the 100-80-100 model, which is 100% of the pay, 80% of the time, but in return for a commitment to 100% of the output. So in the last year, we've developed this pilot program, partly in response to what you described in terms of the incredible exponential increase in demand and momentum in this area that's been, partly brought on by the pandemic. So we've got one program running in Ireland, which kicks off on the 1st of February. 17 companies are signed up to that. We've got a program in the US and Canada, which starts on the 1st of April and has 32 companies signed up so far. And then we have this program starting on the 1st of June in the UK, Australia, and New Zealand, which, as I've said, we're very much in the early stages of recruiting companies. But if the demand that we've experienced in the first couple of days since we announced it is anything to go by, we would expect that there's a very strong possibility we'll have higher numbers than we currently have for the North American program. We are running an information session on the 2nd of February, and we exceeded our 100 cap for numbers within 24 hours for that session, which suggests that there really is a lot of interest in this concept amongst UK companies. I could certainly see a scenario where within the next 3, 4, 5 years, this is something which moves from being, a growing but still niche concept on the fringes of the future of work debate to something that's right at the center of how we organize work as we emerge out of the pandemic.